So while you're cutting, you should also set water to boil. Don't forget to cut out the little hard pieces of the apples. Once the water boils, throw in your chopped pieces of potatoes because it cooks easier that way. Add cinnamon to the apples and carrots. Add some water so it doesn't burn. Also, don't forget to add a little bit of honey or else it'll just taste like too carroty and it's just not the vibes. Next, we're gonna steam it. The potatoes are ready because it can slice through with a fork like that. That's how you know. My mom made tomato flavored lentil soup. Now we're waiting on the salmon to cook. And then ended up adding water because the butter disintegrated and I didn't want my salmon to freaking burn. So now we're doing that, and also butter is bad for you apparently, and so is oil, so I'm trying not to use it as much. Still tasty though. It's ready when the middle is white. I drained the potatoes and now I'm gonna mash them a little before I add in the other stuff because I'm gonna have to mash those too. Now I'm adding a little bit of milk, maybe medium milk, 1 tablespoon, 2, maybe 1.5. Okay, 2. And then, mash them together again. Make sure the stove is on so the butter and cheese can melt. Add in your cheese, you can add however much and whatever you want. So now this is the part where you put your whole arm into it. So like coat it a little bit, but then eventually you're gonna have to put your whole arm into it and you're gonna have to mix it like crazy and like stir it until it all melts together because you don't want it to burn on the bottom, and you just have to keep mixing. But you also need 2 hands on the wheel, and I needed to film so I only had 1, so I'm only showing you parts, but really when I put the phone down I was grabbing onto it with my holding on for dear life and then just mixing like crazy. But yeah. So once it's all melted, that's when it should be ready, and it looks like this. Looks like goop, but it tastes good, I swear. I didn't add any seasonings, but you can if you want, but I'm trying to be healthy, and the amount of butter in that I'm pretty sure is enough sodium as is. This is me trying to have a healthy dessert. So right now we're gonna microwave the chocolates, and you have to do it in intervals, so let's say like 30-second intervals, maybe 10, maybe 20 seconds at a time, so you don't want to like burn it. You just want to keep taking it out and like trying to get all the melted parts, and then you're gonna see that it's not ready, and then you have to put it in again. And then right now I'm gonna make some little parchment papers because I thought that the chocolate was gonna harden in the refrigerator, but it didn't, so I really didn't need to do this part, but whatever, I thought that I needed to. But if you are making the kind that's hard, you should do this so it doesn't get stuck to like the glass or whatever container it's in. But yeah. This is what your chocolate should look like, all melted. And if it does harden and you get like distracted or something, then you need to microwave it again. Also, here's my pumpkin that I was heating up, and I was adding cinnamon, or so I thought, and ends up that I added, this is me finding out, I added chili powder by accident because it looked like my cinnamon, and I recently just got the cinnamon, so I guess I wasn't used to it, but now I'm redoing it, and right now that's pumpkin and chocolate, and then I'm adding my cinnamon. I just ended up microwaving it instead of cooking it because I was just already done at that point, because I had already failed an avocado chocolate dessert, and this is my second time trying a dessert like that same night. So yeah, you just stick it in the fridge, and then I only left it in for like maybe like 2 hours or something, and like it didn't fall out, so it's not as like liquidy, but it's also not as hard, but it is a little thick. It was a little like grainy, to be honest, but honestly it's healthy, so what do you expect? And also it wasn't store-bought, so it wasn't like mixed in with all like the fake stuff, so obviously it's gonna be like as real as possible. It wasn't that bad. I ended up using the failed pumpkin as like a side thing. I'm also using cabbage for the carrot apple salad. And then if you want, you can also add like a little bit more honey if you want, but I feel like it's sweet enough if you put it in when you cook it. Yeah. Bye.